Musicians often live the craziest lives, and far too many have lost their lives before even hitting 30. Mortality is a scary subject, and many artists have written songs about it, pondering that eternal question of what's waiting on the other side. However, some musicians have predicted their own deaths in a way that's weirdly accurate. Tupac. There's no denying that Tupac Shakur will go down in history as one of the greatest rappers of all time. Part of what made him such an iconic figure was his intelligent understanding of society and culture.
I believe strongly that my audience empathize with me because I show that side. I show that emotion, raw, uncut, good and bad.
The man who made thug life into a household phrase also had a strong feeling early on in his life that he'd never make it to old age. Back in 1994, an interviewer asked him where he thought he'd see himself in 15 years.
Best case, in the cemetery. Not in the cemetery. Sprinkled in ashes, smoked up by my homies.
He quickly corrected this to say that that was a worst-case scenario, and he'd rather be a multimillionaire than dead. But that wasn't the only time Tupac expressed such certainty about an early death. In 1995, Tupac told Vibe magazine that he was giving them what he called his final interview, expressing a desire to have his story told accurately before he died. Then, in 1996, he filmed the music video I Ain't Mad At Ya, which depicted him in the afterlife, communicating with his loved ones. Just a few weeks later, Tupac's life ended in a drive-by shooting in Las Vegas. He was only 25 years old. Left Eye. Lisa Lopez, best known as Left Eye at TLC, was only 30 years old in 2002. But her life had already become an explosive cocktail of controversial headlines, domestic abuse, and public fallouts. That year, Lopez flew to Honduras for a recovery sabbatical and to film a documentary about her life. Throughout the documentary, her belief in premonitions was a focal point.
Which is funny, because whatever your fear is, it seems to manifest here, like that.
Sadly, things took a dark turn. A van she was riding in collided with a young boy who didn't survive his injuries. Though Left Eye had only been a passenger in the van, she still paid for all of the boy's hospital and funeral costs.
Can you tell the family that whatever they decide to do, we can help? Okay. Whatever choices they make.
According to documentary footage from the time, she was noticeably chilled by the fact that she and the boy shared a surname.
These are the shoes that belong to the little boy. And his last name was Lopez.
According to the documentary footage, she became convinced that some sort of malevolent spirit was following her, meaning to kill her instead of the boy. Later, while still in Honduras, the car Left Eye was driving swerved off the side of the road. The chilling moment was caught on film. She did not survive the crash. John Lennon. The world recoiled in shock when John Lennon was shot, but Lennon himself might have been less surprised than everyone else. Frida Kelly, who worked as a secretary for the Beatles when she was a teenager, told The Guardian, "The first thing that came into my mind when he died was that he used to say, 'I won't be here when I'm 40. I won't make 40.'" However, Kelly's story isn't the first time that someone has talked about Lennon's cynical expectations for his future. Newsweek revealed that all the way back in 1965, Lennon told a reporter his expectations for himself and his fellow bandmates, sharing, "We'll either go in a plane crash or we'll be popped off by some loony." He was right.
Lennon was shot and killed at about 11 o'clock last night outside his apartment building.
He was 40. Michael Jackson. The public generally accepts that Michael Jackson died from an overdose, but who was responsible? According to the courts, the answer was Jackson's doctor, Conrad Murray, who was found guilty of involuntary manslaughter. However, not everyone buys the notion that Jackson's death was an accident. The singer's daughter, Paris Jackson, told Rolling Stone she believes the truth is a lot more sinister and says everyone in her family agrees with her on this. She said, "He would drop hints about people being out to get him, and at some point he was like, 'They're gonna kill me one day.'" In his last weeks alive, Michael Jackson wrote letters to one of his closest friends claiming he was going to be murdered and was terrified for his life. Jackson's ex-wife, Lisa Marie Presley, once told a similar anecdote to Oprah regarding the singer's belief that someone wanted him dead, allegedly in order to seize the money from his music publishing catalog. What really happened? Was Jackson scared of a real threat, or was it just paranoia? XXXTentacion. Rapper Jose Dwayne Onfroy, known by his stage name XXXTentacion, rose to prominence after dropping his first track on SoundCloud in 2014 and releasing his first studio album in August 2017. But his musical success wasn't the only thing that came to define him. In 2016, his girlfriend accused him of assault and abuse, which she said was a frequent occurrence. In October that year, he allegedly strangled her, severely beat her, and locked her up for 2 days because she was pregnant. She went to the police, and X was arrested. The trial kept getting pushed back, all the way into 2018. At some point in early 2018, X posted a video to Instagram speaking straight to the camera.
It's the worst. I die a tragic death or some and I'm not able to see out my dreams.
The court case never happened. On June 18, 2018, X was shot to death in Florida in what police believe was a drive-by shooting. He was 20 years old.